You think you're great at multitasking? Well, science just proved you're absolutely not. In fact, what we're about to uncover might completely change how you structure your entire day. Welcome to this Next Level Hub Explainer, where we're diving into the pretty jarring science proving that your perceived multitasking skills are actually destroying your results. Literally, every time you try to juggle multiple things, you're quietly sabotaging your own potential. Stick with me all the way to the end of this explainer, because I'm going to show you exactly what to do instead.
I mean, just look around you. Or honestly, look at your own daily habits. We're all doing it. We're eating while scrolling, studying while texting, or, trying to work on a massive project while keeping a YouTube tab open on the side. We all kind of think we're great at juggling tasks, but science just confirmed that this constant division of attention, it's a complete illusion. You really aren't doing yourself any favors here. Okay, let's dive right into this. Every single time you try to do multiple things at once, you're actually losing 40% of your productivity. Just think about that for a second. 40%, nearly half of your potential output is just vaporizing into thin air. You're wasting hours of your life that you'll literally never get back, all simply because you're trying to do way too much at the exact same time.
And it gets worse. The act of multitasking actually drops your IQ by 10 points in the moment. 10 points. And you know what the truly scary part is? You have absolutely no idea it's even happening. You feel busy, you feel super active, but without you even realizing it, your focus and your memory are just being heavily compromised.
So, let's look at Section 1, the multitasking myth. This right here is a foundational myth of modern work culture that we really need to unpack. See, we have this expectation that juggling tasks makes us faster, smarter, and incredibly productive. We kind of treat it like a badge of honor, right? But the shocking reality is that your brain literally cannot execute two focused tasks simultaneously. It's biologically impossible. What you're actually doing is destroying your focus and your results while being completely blind to the damage.
Which brings us to Section 2, your brain under attack. So if you can't actually do two things at once, what on earth is your brain actually doing? Well, the answer is task switching. You aren't multitasking at all. You're engaging in a process where your brain is rapidly shifting its attention back and forth between multiple tasks. Imagine you're driving a car down the highway and aggressively shifting the gears every 3 seconds. What happens? Eventually, the engine just burns out. Your brain works the exact same way. Every single switch drains energy and bleeds focus.
Now, each one of these small switches might feel totally insignificant in the moment, but when you stack them up thousands of times a day, your mental fuel is completely gone by noon. This perfectly explains why, after a day of so-called multitasking, you can feel totally exhausted and burned out, while having achieved absolutely nothing important. Let's look at the data in Section 3, the shocking research. Stanford University conducted one of the most famous studies on this whole phenomenon. Professor Clifford Nass tested people who proudly called themselves expert multitaskers. He fully expected them to be sharper, faster, and way better at handling vast amounts of information. The result? The exact opposite. Heavy multitaskers were actually worse at focusing, worse at remembering, and incredibly, worse at switching tasks than people who simply did one thing at a time. No way, right? And there's another study by Dr. Glenn Wilson that found multitasking drops your IQ by 10 to 15 points. To put that into perspective, that is the exact same level of cognitive decline you'd experience if you stayed up all night and suffered through complete sleep deprivation. You're essentially working with a sleep-deprived brain every single time you open that extra tab.
Furthermore, research from UC Irvine shows another absolutely devastating metric. Every single time you get distracted from your primary task, it takes exactly 23 minutes to get your full deep focus back. Just think about how many times you check your phone in an hour. 23 minutes lost, every single time.
Let's explore why we keep doing it in Section 4, the dopamine trap.
So if multitasking is so incredibly destructive to our brains, dropping our IQ and wasting our time, why does it feel so exciting and productive? Well, the answer lies in your brain's chemistry. Your brain gets a rapid hit of dopamine every time you switch tasks. You check a message, boom, dopamine hit. You reply to an email, boom, another dopamine hit. You scroll for 5 seconds, dopamine hit. It makes you feel incredibly alive, busy, and important, while in reality, you're producing absolutely nothing of real value. You have to realize that you're just feeding a biological addiction disguised as work.
That false sense of momentum is exactly why so many people are wildly busy all day long, running on a treadmill of minor tasks, but leave the truly life-changing, needle-moving tasks completely untouched.
Moving to Section 5, the hidden cost.
Remember that UC Irvine study we just talked about? Well, if you switch tasks 50 times a day, and each switch requires 23 minutes of lost focus to recover from, you're losing over 19 hours of scattered attention in a single day. When you spread that fragmented attention across a week, a month, or a year, the compound loss of your potential is just staggering.
Here is the golden takeaway from all of this. You aren't slow because you lack talent or intelligence. You're slow because your focus is just shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces. Highly successful people do not work more hours than you do. They simply protect their focus better. That's their secret weapon. One task, one target, full attention. That is exactly how they finish in 2 hours what takes everyone else 2 full days. Fortunately, we can fix this. Section 6, the 4-step solution.
Okay, here's your game plan to fix this hidden energy drain right now. Step 1, pick one most important task. Not 5, just 1. Step 2, work on it for 25 undisturbed minutes. This is called the pomodoro technique. No phone, no tabs, no switching whatsoever. Step 3, take a 5-minute break. If you do this 4 times a day, you will accomplish more than 90% of people out there. And finally, Step 4, strictly batch your distractions. Check your emails only 2 or 3 fixed times a day. Your inbox is not an emergency, I promise you. Follow this, and within 1 week, you'll notice you're finishing tasks you used to drag out for days.
The reality is, multitasking isn't a skill, it's a trap. The people who truly change the world are never the ones trying to do 10 things badly at once. They're the ones doing one thing brilliantly. Ordinary people build extraordinary results by giving their best task their absolute best mind.
So here's your challenge for today. Close the extra tabs, silence your phone, drop a comment below saying one thing if you're committing to this singular focus today. And be sure to subscribe to Next Level Hub for more incredible insights, because focused minds build focused lives. Now, let me leave you with this. What could you achieve by this time tomorrow if you finally stopped dividing your attention? Thanks so much for joining me in this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.